How is it going, guys? Drew Peacock here, back with another video, and today we're gonna talk about what your car says about you. We're driving the S650. I just did a few mods to it. Really happy with it. The video will come out hopefully tomorrow. I'm not done with it yet, so we're gonna hang out a little bit, drive her around, have some fun. We're headed towards the beach on this nice overcast morning. But honestly, I'm super happy with how this car is coming along. And honestly, for a stock S650, it's a really fun car. I don't think there's a better car on the market right now than this, but we're not talking about this car today. We're talking about your cars and what it says about you. So let's go ahead and dive right in. All right, the first car, which just seems the most fitting to talk about, is a Mustang. If you drive a Mustang, you either can't drive for shit or you're insanely skilled. There is no in between. And I just want to say, if you have a V6, it's probably the first one. If you have a Mustang, you probably don't care about interior quality. You just care about going fast. All you care about is horsepower numbers. And getting that horsepower number the cheapest way possible, even if you have to live with some cheaper interior options. Although I will say this S650 is rather nice. But if you have a Mustang also though, you probably named your Mustang Sally at least one part in your life. I did, and then I went on YouTube and realized everyone named their Mustang Sally. So I was like, you know what? I don't think naming cars is for me. I'm just gonna call it quits. And I never named the car again. Besides Project Phoenix, which is a super rebuild, go check out those videos. Also, if you have a Mustang, we could tell because, yeah, you probably got 5.0 or 5 point slow or 3.7 in your Instagram username. Like, we get it, man. You made your car your whole identity. It's time to grow up, though. It's just a Mustang at the end of the day. Anyways, overall, if you're a Mustang owner, you're kind of the Hondas of the muscle car scene. But it's okay. I have a Mustang, I love mine, and I don't put myself in with that group. So as long as you know what you're doing and you modify your car tastefully, you're good. Next up, if you drive a BRZ, you are the most unoriginal person ever. 100% you have a fake Rocket Bunny kit. 100%, not even doubting it. Possibly on rep wheels too. And if you're not on rep wheels, then having your real wheels is your whole personality. You have, in fact, 0 performance mods, maybe a drop-in filter, but you're never boosting it. Everyone that has a BRZ always says, oh, I'ma boost it, oh, I'ma do this. You ain't boosting it. Who the fuck you kidding? If you have a BRZ, you probably don't break many traffic laws, but that's not because you don't want to, it's because you can't. It's a slow fucking car. The new one's a little bit better, but it's also a little bit uglier too, so there's that. If you drive a BRZ, FRS, GT86, your favorite thing in the car scene is park and chills, no ifs, ands, or buts. Unless you're like a track magnet or a canyon monster, that's the only other option for BRZ owners. There's nothing else. You will never hear a BRZ owner say, oh, I can't wait to go to this roll meet. Never gonna hear that. You'll hear a Mustang owner say Camaros are better before you hear a BRZ owner saying that they're going to a roll meet. It is never going to happen. BRZ owners are the Miatas for guys. They're just not fun cars for the most part. Oh, but they will swear that they are. Oh, you haven't driven one of these little tin cans, Drew. You haven't driven one of these cars with no leg room. It's about the size of a overgrown Hot Wheel, but you just haven't driven one. Thank you. No, thank you. Anyways, next car. If you drive a Miata, you're either a girl or you're a track monster. There is no in between. If you're neither of those, then you're lost. I have no idea why you have a Miata. No grown-ass dude should be driving a Miata to park and chills. Unless it's a track car, it's time to grow up and get a real car, okay? That's a fun little beginner car, and it is a fun canyon car. But if you're dead ass pulling up to a park and chill, a Cars and Coffee, in a stock Miata, as a grown-ass dude, brother, I'd rather just take the Uber at that point. I'd rather ride a 400cc motorcycle than take a Miata. Hell, I'll ride a Grom over driving a Miata to a car meet. That shit ain't happening. Like I said, Miata owners, either a girl or you're a track demon. Find your category and make your adjustments. Pick one. All right, next car. If you drive a Camaro, 5th and 6th gen, I mean, we can maybe go 4th gen. You don't really see those surviving anymore, but if you drive one, you can't see shit 24/7, and it starts to make sense why all of your guys' cars look clapped. Looks like you guys always smack shit. I get it. You guys can't see. You don't have that great visibility, but Jesus, man, parking sensors, backup cams, figure it out. If you drive a Camaro, you know the greatest car ever made is a C601, and anyone who says otherwise is a communist. Camaro owners always drive like maniacs too. It doesn't matter what trim level. They're always just like driving like absolute douchebags. I don't get it. Also, if you own a Camaro, you 100% love the sound of cams, and I do too, and that's why I am jealous of you guys. I fucking coyotes. Great for power, great for boost, but God, they just don't sound menacing at idle, you know? And don't even bring up ghost cam. Ain't nobody want no lame ass ghost cam. If you have a ghost cam, it's probably time to change your tampon. Next up, V6 muscle car owners. We'll talk V6 Charger, V6 Challenger, V6 Mustang, and V6 Camaro. If you are a V6 muscle car owner, 100% in your recently searched tab is how to make your V6 sound like a V8. I've been there. I've been guilty of it. It will never sound like a V8. It won't. It's gonna always sound like a 350Z or a 370Z when you get on it. There is no shot it's gonna ever be mistaken for, oh damn, does that guy have a Coyote? Nope. Oh shit, is that LS? Nope. Never gonna happen. 0% chance. V6 muscle car owners always have an excuse too on why they bought a V6 muscle car. Like, look it, bro. It can be as simple as I didn't know at the time, or I couldn't afford it. It's just that simple. You don't need to make 1,000 excuses. I always hear from V6 muscle car owners, oh, well, these cars are more balanced around a track. They're actually faster around a track than a V8. Oh, these things makes about the same amount as power. You don't even notice a difference. I always hear the same shit from V6 muscle car owners, and the worst of them all is when they say, oh, I'm planning on engine swapping it. No, you're not, Buster. Engine swapping is more expensive than just trading in the fucking car. You are delusional, and you don't have sentimental to a piece of plastic or a piece of metal. I don't want to get rid of the shell. This shell has been through a lot. Well, then keep that same logic with that motor then. Don't get rid of the motor then, okay? Keep it together. V8 swapping a V6 muscle car is way more complicated than these people think, but they're V6 muscle car owners, so of course they don't know. Also, I think every V6 muscle car owner out there is just deaf. I don't know why, but it seems like they just love the sound of just horrible exhausts. Just the most rancid shit. Think Taco Bell mixed with just straight chili and beans coming out of your asshole. That's exactly what their cars sound like. I don't get it. I don't know how you can make a car sound so bad, be driving around and not thinking, wow, this is embarrassing as fuck. Next up, stock exotic car owners. If you drive a stock exotic car, you probably know nothing about cars. You also probably have more money than brains, at least when it comes to cars. You obviously got their money somehow, so you're not the dumbest motherfucker out there, but you just think because you bought an exotic, you are the fastest guy on the street. You don't understand how people can build cars and make them faster than you. You don't understand anything. And you also can't fucking drive. You don't know how many times I've been going to Cars and Coffee and see a stock exotic, and I'm in my McLaren or my Mustang or my Supra back when it ran, and they're like driving like absolute animals, but like it looks like so unorthodox. Like they're making the most jolty movements ever. It's like, dude, you look like you're having a fucking seizure while driving. Stock exotic car owners need to grow up. Just because you bought an exotic car does not mean that you know shit. It also doesn't mean that you are respected either. Sorry. Also, I might be getting rid of my McLaren. I want a different exotic. Sorry. I know you guys don't like the the track build anyways, because nobody watches the videos when I go to the track. But yeah, I want a different car, a car that I just haven't been able to get off my mind for about a year now. So it might be a surprise to a lot of you, but I really want this car. Anywho, let's keep chatting about these cars. All right, if you ride a motorcycle, you're either really chill or extremely toxic. I feel like there's no in between with that. You either think you're the fastest guy ever because you bought a $10,000 1000cc motorcycle and think magically you are the coolest guy in the world, or you're just an extremely chill rider. Toxic motorcycle riders love just shitting on regular traffic cars. Like, look at, dude, we get it. Your $10,000 bike can probably beat most supercars out there. We get it. But you also weigh way less. You also have an extremely different power to weight ratio. A $10,000 bike is obtainable by anybody. That is not a flex. If you have a car hanging with you, that's a flex. If there is anybody that can keep up and or beat an not an R1, but just a 1000cc bike, That's a flex. You could have gone out and bought the $10,000 bike, or you could have spent endless amounts of money trying to compete just to tie or beat it. I think that's more of a flex. Beating cars with your motorcycle is not that cool, unless it's a really cool car. Like, it needs to be 1,000 horsepower car for it to be cool to beat it. You're gonna beat everything else. It's not even a competition. And I'm speaking strictly on 1,000 cc's. If you're 600 and you're racing cars, different story. But for someone to get me to crack my throttle on my R1, it needs to be like a pretty rowdy looking car. I ain't cracking my throttle on G37s, let's just say that. I need to see something pretty nuts. But anyways, let's move on. Last but not least, I guess let's just round out this whole video with Mopar owners. Oh my God, Mopar owners. You guys think you have the fastest cars in the world. Doesn't matter what trim you have, you think yours is the fastest. One thing I will say is there are two categories of Mopar owners. Stupid fucking slow and ridiculously fast. And I just want to say, if you're in anything other than a modded Hellcat, modded Jailbreak, modded Demon, blah, 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 then you're in the slow category. A stock Hellcat is fucking slow. If a full bolt-on A10 naturally aspirated Mustang can beat your supercharged Hemi, then it's pretty fucking slow. But that also goes for the 5.0. It's slow too. You're just as slow as it. Nobody's saying that the 5.0 is fast. It's just faster than you for way less money. But it doesn't have the yeah, that tickled my throat. If you drive a Mopar, you 100% have a 20% APR. Either that or your car's just stolen. If you drive a Mopar, you have the strongest brand loyalty ever. Nobody will ever be able to persuade you to get any other vehicle other than a Mopar. And there's nothing wrong with that, honestly. If you got brand loyalty, you got brand loyalty. But don't be blinded by delusion. Just because it's got a Hellcat swap doesn't make it fast. Sorry, not sorry. Anyways, guys, hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you did, please let me know down below. Next time, I think we'll do mainly imports and German cars. So comment down below some import or German car stereotypes or what those cars say about their owners. Anyways, subscribe. It's raining. I really wanted to ride my motorcycle today, but I don't think that's gonna happen. So I will just go work on the videos and we'll just play it by ear. Anyway, subscribe, and until next video, peace!